So in this session, we will be understanding about how to debug JavaScript code in Google Chrome browser. So first, I will explain steps required for debugging JavaScript code in Google Chrome browser, and after that I will show you one example. So first step is whichever the function you would like to debug in Google Chrome browser or any browser. So in that function, you need to add a special keyword called as debugger keyword. Okay, let me write it properly. First step is add a debugger keyword in the required JavaScript function whichever you would like to debug. Second step is send the page which contains JavaScript code to browser. So normally the .html files will be having JavaScript code. Not only HTML file, in case if any file is having JavaScript code, obviously you must send that file output to the browser. Remember, send the page which contains JavaScript code to the browser. So you need to send that page where JavaScript code is present to the browser. Next step is attach developer tools window to Google Chrome browser where the page output is displayed. So here when I say where the page output is displayed, I am talking about the page, right? This page. So in the second step, you will be sending some page output to the browser. So I am talking about that page output. Okay. So in whichever the page you got the page output, there you have to attach a special window called as developer tools window, right? After attaching, you must perform action which calls JavaScript function. And after this, you use F10 or F11 keys in your keyboard for debugging JavaScript code. So I believe you understood these steps. Now, whatever the steps I have explained over here, I will try to explain all these things directly by taking one example. So remember, instead of writing one more new example here, I will try to take one of the JavaScript examples we understood, or maybe I will open the first JavaScript loops assignment program. Okay, I think we have written this factorial code sometime back in the JavaScript assignment 1. So I am just going to open the same program and I will try to explain the debugging operation by taking the same example. Now I opened JavaScript loops assignment 1 program. Here I am having factorial.html file. In this file, I would like to debug this JavaScript function. So whichever the function we would like to debug, just put debugger keyword and then semicolon. And after this, you need to send this factorial.html file code to the browser. Which browser? Google Chrome browser. You observe carefully, in my Visual Studio or in my computer, the default browser is Google Chrome browser only. You observe in my Visual Studio, Google Chrome is getting highlighted. In case if you want to send the page output to some other browsers, you can change the options over here. Okay. So in my case, I wanted to send this entire page code to the Google Chrome browser, and moreover Google Chrome is the default browser in my computer. Either I can right click on this page and I can click on view in browser Google Chrome here, or otherwise I can click on this. Both the options are same only. Let me click on execute. I clicked on this triangle button. Now this entire HTML file code will be sent to the Google Chrome browser. Now you will observe opening of a Google Chrome browser in my computer. Is it opening? Yes, this is the one. See, waiting for localhost. It means that my browser is still receiving the factorial.html file output. Once the factorial.html file output is completely received, okay, now you stopped observing that rotating icon because it has completely, my browser has completely received the page output. Now, is it possible to see the received HTML and JavaScript code by the browser? Obviously yes. You click on view page source. This is the one which is received and you can see debugger keyword, right? Now we have performed these two steps. I added debugger keyword and I sent the page output to the browser, right? Now the third step is attach developer tools window. Now let me go to the browser. In the browser, let me close this view source window, right? Now in the browser, in the Google Chrome browser, you can able to see 3 vertical dots icon, right? So when you place the cursor on top of this, you will see customize and controls Google Chrome. So you click on this. But anyhow, you remember one important point. So these settings may not be valid in case of the browser, Google Chrome browser is getting upgraded. So that point of time you need to understand where the options are available for debugging the JavaScript code. So in the current version, whichever I am using over here, so you will see 3 vertical dots icon, and once you click on that 3 vertical dots icon, you will see more tools, and in the more tools you will see something called as developer tools. You have to click on this, or otherwise you can happily click on Control Shift IRL. Okay, so once you click on this, a developer tools window will be attached to this current browser window. This is the current browser window, and one more window is attached, right? This is the attached window. I am talking about this window only. So this window only I am calling it as the developer tools window. Okay, so once you come to this developer tools window, now you perform the action which will call the JavaScript function. Now you observe the code carefully. Which action will call this JavaScript function? When you click on the button control, submit button control, it will call the JavaScript function. You perform the same action. Now as a user, let me click on calculate factorial button. Call is coming to JavaScript. You observe. Now we are not getting the JavaScript output, but instead of that, the execution is going to the debug mode. Now you can able to see how this function is being executed. Okay, so you observe carefully. I already told you that by using a debugging technique, we can able to see runtime variables data. So this NO is a variable. What is the data coming into NO variable? See, when you place the cursor on top of this, you can able to happily see that value, or otherwise you can see the value here also. But anyhow, I strongly recommend you to observe values by placing cursor on top of the variable. May be useful while implementing real-time applications. Now you observe carefully, this NO variable is having only one value, it is showing only one value. But some of the variables will be having multiple keys and values. So when you see, when a variable is having multiple keys and values, you will see one bigger window, right? Instead of this simple one, you will see one bigger window. In that bigger window, you will see multiple keys and then values. Later I will explain all those things. Now I wanted to debug my JavaScript code. How to debug my JavaScript code? Now either I can click on F10 option or maybe F11 option. Anyhow, because of some technical constraints, maybe in my keyboard I may not be able to click on F10. I will go for F11 only. Okay, so when I click on F11, the execution is jumped from the 8th line to 9th line. Okay, now tell me, this 9th line of code is executed or not yet executed? Not yet executed, right? So wherever you see the pointer like this, so it means that that code is not yet executed. So JavaScript engine is about to execute the code. If you click on either F10 or F11, obviously code execution will be happening, and then execution will go to next line. Now after 9th line, execution will come to which line? 10th line. Okay, so what is the value of res1? Obviously, what is the value of res? It is showing clearly 1. Even here also it is appearing. Now in the for loop, which code will be executed first? I is equals to 1 will be executed. You see, I value is currently 1, right? Now the execution is jumped to I less than or equal to NO, right? What is the NO value? NO value is 4. Now I less than or equal to NO is true or false? Definitely true. Why? Because 1 less than or equal to 4. Now execution is jumping into the for loop body. You see, is it possible to see the expression result of this I less than or equal to NO? Yes. You select this entire expression during debug mode and then place the cursor. You see the expression result, you can able to clearly see here, right? True, right? Now what is the I value? I value is still 1 only because I plus plus is not yet executed. Now what is the current value of res? Res is 1, right? Now tell me, this 12th line of code is executed or not yet executed? Not yet executed. Now let me click on F11. Okay, now res is executed. What is the value of res? Res earlier 1 into 1 is 1 only. So 1 is being stored. Now what is the value of I? Still it is 1 only, right? Now let me click on F11. Now you observe I plus plus I value is changed to 2. Okay, now what is the value of this I less than or equal to NO? obviously this will be again true only. If you want, you can check. Right. Let me select this. The value is true only. Now execution completed. So current RES value is changed to 2 because I is 2 into 1. Earlier RES was having 1 into 2 became 2. 2 is stored. Now again I plus plus is executed. Right. So I value is 3. So current RES value is 2. Now again I less than or equal to NO is true. If you want, you can see. Select only this portion, place the cursor, true. Now RES is equals to RES into I will be executed. Current RES value is 2, I value is 3. So 2 into 3 will be 6. You see RES is becoming 6. Right. Similar way you can able to execute the code like this. Now RES is becoming 24. Right. Now what is the current I value? Current I value is 4. Right. What is the NO value? 4. So 4 less than or equal to 4 is true or false? Definitely true, and hence execution will come into the body. I think execution completed. So now what is I value? I value is 5, and hence the execution is not happening. So RES value is becoming 24. Now because of executing this alert function, you will see the result in small pop-up box. You see we are getting pop-up box and you can able to see the output as 24. This is how you will be debugging the JavaScript code. I believe you understood the point. Okay. So apart from all these things, I also told you that by using a debugging approach, we can able to get IntelliSense support. I will explain how to get the IntelliSense support. So if you want to get the IntelliSense support during a debugging time, I recommend you to click on again this 3 vertical dots icon, but not here, not in the main window, in the developer tools window. This is the window called as developer tools window. In the developer tools window, you just click on this 3 vertical dots icon, and here you will see something called as show console drawer. You just click on show console drawer. Now console window will be attached to the debugger window, developer tools window, where the debugging is happening. Now you can take the advantage of this console window just like our IntelliSense window, right? You observe carefully. I can type RES, and when I type dot, I am getting the window like this, right? So this window is almost equivalent to our IntelliSense window in Visual Studio. Right. So you can able to see all linked properties and then function names over here. Okay. So wherever required, I will explain how to take the help of this window later. But remember, when the IntelliSense window is not coming in the Visual Studio or maybe in some other editor, when you are writing JavaScript code, obviously happily you can able to get that missing IntelliSense window in the Google Chrome browser by using debugging technique. Okay. You type the variable name in the console window. So currently you are there in console window. You type the variable name and then type dot, just like however you are doing in Visual Studio or maybe in some other editors. You will get the IntelliSense window and you can make use of the IntelliSense window. Okay. So I believe you understood. I strongly recommend you to verify all these things in your Google Chrome browser. Right. You can take the same example, and please I recommend you to debug this JavaScript code and verify whether you are able to do all these things or not. I think you understood. In the next session, I will try to explain one more example wherein we will be performing the debugging in that example also, so that most probably you will understand the advantages you will be getting with the JavaScript debugging or the extra advantages you will be getting with JavaScript debugging. Right. So I believe you understood.